And welcome everybody back to Aurora Esports Overwatch Clash Season 10, and it is the playoffs and it is the quarterfinals. We got the locked in Lemurs versus the Astronauts. I'm one of your casters, War. Joined alongside me is Greg. Greg, how you doing tonight?
Greg, you're muted.
Greg is muted. Streets are saying that Greg is muted. We'll fix that real quick, guys. But as you were saying, we have two teams that are very excited to lock in the playoff experience. I could hear them. You guys couldn't. But we do.
Dude,
I think there's two very
OBS
interesting teams.
changed my microphone device. That's why my mic was muted. When
Are you
did
live
that?
now or no?
I mean, it's showing up as the OBS is now recording it in the audio mixer. Yeah, I never in my life thought to check the device properties there, because why would it change? Okay,
Well, I just listened to the stream and you're live now, apparently.
all right. Well,
Streets are saying we can hear now. Streets are saying.
I'm bummed, dude. I'm freaking bummed. Anyway,
No,
I'm
you're good to go.
excited. I'm excited for this game though, War. I think this is gonna be a really nice matchup here. We got no ringer shenanigans. Both teams able to bring their full 6-player lineups, and I think both of these teams showed some really impressive things in the previous matchup. And the Lemurs are coming off of a very confident win against the Camino Kiangs. That Kiangs team didn't have the most versatility, but they did have some really high highs when they were playing their Mauga or Reinhardt looks, and the Lemurs were really able to take care of business in that matchup. And then the Astronyaats are coming off of a absolute banger 5-map series against the Monterrey Mariachis that they were able to tough out ultimately. In what I would say is one of their most impressive results of the season. Their other most impressive results of the season being their 5-map win over the Rome Raccoon Dogs, who's the opponent waiting for the results of this game. The Raccoon Dogs will face whoever wins this game.
Yeah, and I think that's really interesting. Now, obviously, you have a little bit more experience. We were kind of talking behind the scenes. It seems like a lot of the maps that you watch of the Astronauts, they are winning, but they have some really crazy upsets. And I think I've heard of a lot of people saying, at least at the start of the season, this team has like one of the highest peaks to like upset any other team. Maybe it's because they're more like flat design about everybody's around that like plat to like masters elo. No real sinks on this team, but no real like hard carries either. And a lot of the lowest R players, like Andrew, Cat, like they're playing up. They're definitely very talented on these roles too. But talk to me a little bit about this matchup, because I don't know if we've seen this one before. Who do you think's sort of favored here?
So I personally would lean towards, like, if I have to pick somebody to favor in this matchup, I think I pick the Lemurs just because I do subscribe to high SR player theory to a certain extent. I don't want to put too much doubt into the Astronyaats believers, but the Lemurs are the team with a champ player. You know, I put some stock into that. They really have two champ players. Ari is not playing the role that they are champ on, but they have hit champ on support at this point. So they're gonna be tank almost. I believe only tank this series. I believe they're locked to tank, but they have hit champ on support. So that's with Nesquix, who is champ on DPS, playing DPS. That's two champ players to 0, and I put stock in that.
Yeah, and it looks like we will be very shortly here hopping into the first map. But I do want to ask you something. Let's get that map pulled up. What do you think is like sort of like the more beneficial way to like go into this quarterfinals? So we get a look at everybody's teams, because the Astronauts went in on a big upset win, but they went on an upset win where they had like a few ringers in that game, whereas and it was definitely a tight game as well. Like, it's pretty close.
Yeah, it was
Versus the Lemurs, who are just like, yeah, 5-map banger. Yeah. But the Lemurs are just like a 3-0. They just make it there. It's fine, right?
I mean, personally, if I get to have the choice there, as we've got the lineups coming into map 1 on the screen right now. If I have to have the choice there,
Give me the confident win every time. I think the Lemurs have a bit of an advantage here just in terms of, having that confidence in from the previous match. They won with their whole lineup. No like caveats. There's nothing really to take away from them in that game. It was just a confidence inspiring victory as we, that's gonna lead into Circuit Royale here. So
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, very interesting side of the bans. They ban out the Nesquik's Widowmaker and the Alari, likely to deny, I think, Fungin on the Alari. But I think that moves Cat over onto the Zenyatta for this map. And we do get to see the early differences in the compositions. It looks like Locked In Lemurs are going to play a little bit more for this Brawl style, utilizing the Mei and the Ram to sort of push forward. And they've already pushed Foliage and Koi off of this angle. Already doing a great job of sort of taking this space away and backing the long-range damage doers of the Lemurs back.
yeah, I think the wall was really good there from Tanic B as we get a pause coming out in the match here as, our Sigma has left the game war.
Rage quit already. I understand it. Like, he said he might not show up to the match, and I'm glad we got him for, like, 3 minutes, but, like, we got Bucklu on standby. No, just kidding, just kidding. Surely Koi will be back very, very quickly. PC reset is what we are hearing in the chat. So, yeah, decided to get him back. But talk to me a little bit about compositional differences. I feel like the side of the Lemurs have a little bit better comp here.
Yeah, I personally am a really big fan of the Ramatra pick when we have this Mei mirror, because Ramatra just has that option of holding right click with his back against a wall and becoming unkillable. And Sigma's just never going to have that choice to be made. So he's going to be very reliant on his team breaking that wall. Now with Cat on that Zenyatta, you do have a decent amount of, potential to break that wall. That Zen pick can shred through one of those pillars and maybe get your Sigma out, but that also is not a character that heals a lot. You're just going to put a Harmony Orb on the Sig and hope that's enough. Whereas, the Kiriko from Seikana, you can give your Ramatra if he does fall into a dangerous situation, which is already harder in the first place because of how strong block is. But if he does fall into that situation, you have Suzu, which is invulnerability frames and burst healing at the same time, which is just such a powerful tool. So I think this comp for the Lemurs is just going to be a lot more survivable, and it's going to allow them to, if Ari gets cut off, Ari's fine. If Koi gets cut off, Koi dies. I think that's going to be the difference.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Now you can definitely see like the overall brawl difference. Obviously Andrew, like it's gonna be a lot on him making sure he can get those like good rail shots in, maybe taking out a support, forcing out like a block from Tanic B, and making sure Nesquik can't like overgreed. The nice thing is, I feel like if they can successfully bait the Tanic B wall here, I think they can get the advantage because the ideal situation for Ari is walk down the Sigma, punch, 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 get him in the face, knock him down, right?
Yeah,
But
just punch
honestly,
a Sigma whose
if
back
you
is
can,
against a wall.
yeah, who's back against the wall, obviously. But like, and obviously, this is gonna be really hard to do against Tanic B. But if you can get like Cat and Andrew to really sync up, be like on point of breaking the walls, I would
Mhm.
say that then you can now utilize a little bit more of like a range advantage. You've Cat, somebody who's definitely a shooter character like Zenyatta, and then you have Sky, like the high SR carry on this team, who's usually a hit scan, and you like on Juno, which obviously not a hit scan character, but some of that aim is going to transfer over. Like this backline can deal a lot of damage in the poke if they're allowed to get to that situation.
Yeah, I believe Juno's gun is hit scan, isn't it? I mean,
No, it's not. Well,
really?
I would not. I don't think.
I was like 85% sure that gun was hit scan.
Wait, maybe it is. It doesn't look hit scan when I'm playing it though. And I'm a gold player, so I just go off vibes for that. Like if it doesn't feel hit scan, it's not hit scan, right?
No, that's
I think it's
fair.
like a little bit
And at
off
the
of
end of the
hit
day,
scan.
it's like it's not like
Oh, it is hit scan. Yo, the hit scan met has come into play and says it's hit scan.
I
Okay, yeah,
thought
jeez,
so.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, but at the end of the day though, it is not
She's still not like a crazy damage carry. You're not playing Juno to shoot your gun at the other team by and large. Like her gun, now that it can headshot, can actually win a few duels here and there, but generally speaking, it's not like a Kiriko where, you've got that crazy two-tap potential. It's not like Ana with that headshot perk that has, the ability to just get huge bursts of damage across the map, but it looks like Koi is back finally, so we will be returning to Overwatch.
Needed that much time to talk about the Orisa swap. Obviously, just had to choose what tank to go into. And I think the Orisa is actually going to work a little bit better here. It allows them to take that range, take that more pokey brawl. And then if you get walled off, you're not full dead. You can have an orb on you, but also have gold, have spin, have a lot of options to get out. And once you get that shield perk online, it can be extraordinarily dangerous.
Yeah, there's a lot of good options here for Koi, but Koi is going to get immediately walled off. But look at this, just pops gold on the cart, fine. No problem here. And that is the difference with this Orisa versus the Sigma. Gonna have to be another cycle here for the locked-in Lemurs. They are looking for a pick here. There's so many low targets, but it's Mistletoe who will go down first. Foliage traded very quickly. Koi falling low. Oh, trying to get the pick, but with that spin is not going to be enough. A good wall from Panic B. But
still a 3v3 on the point,
yeah,
though.
Still not over. And that's going to be the ultimate commitment from Panic B. Sky able to dodge it, but the punches through from Ari are going to end this fight on the first point. So the locked-in Lemurs have finished the first point here.
Honestly, I'm really fine with that Blizzard use there. I mean, like, people are going to be a little bit off of ults. Obviously, Koi had the swap over, and using a Blizzard to cap a point, I think even if it was, like, you probably going to win the fight anyways, it's just good to have that momentum, good to keep yourself rolling through. He'll have a lot of time to build up another Blizzard, but there is a Blizzard as well as double support ults on the other side of things, so we'll look to see how they want to use that. Going in with the Ray, multiple ults popped at the same time.
Yeah, both support ults out here for the Astronyaats, and it's not looking great as Sky's going to be the first one to go down. Cat goes down as well. Ari running people down with this Ramatra ult, the Annihilation able to get picks, and the locked-in Lemurs in a big ult dump fight are going to come out victorious, and they didn't have to use their support ults there, War. They have a Kitsune Rush online for the next team fight.
Yeah, and both support ults used for the Astronauts. I mean, it's going to be really tough to get this contest. All you really are going to have is maybe Koi's ult, maybe Andrew's ult. If you can get them both online in the long fight, but the wall already comes out. Koi already at half HP, and that gold has been used. Bully has just been caught out on the side, and Koi will fall as well. It's just going to be stagger touches and a massive time bank for the Lemurs as they move on to the third part of this map.
Yeah, the Astronyaats now have their backs against the wall, but luckily they are on third point of Circuit Royale. This is where time banks can go to die sometimes. This big open space at the end of third point that Koi's currently standing through, it can be so hard to get around here to finish the map. So the Astronyaats, they're not out of this map yet.
Yeah, I'd say the wall from Teneki also gets a little bit less value unless Koi or like Foliage decides to like drop all the way down. You can't really like massively wall the Orisa off. And currently, some really good angles being taken. Foliage is going to walk all the way up onto Nesquik and find that kill onto the high ground position. Meanwhile, Ari forced to use blocking, kind of stuck. Koi goes in, huge chair surge, catches both of the support ults, or catches both the supports in the fight, and Ari is going to fall down as well. So, nice team fight there for the Astronauts. Only had to use one ult, but definitely very worth it.
All right, yeah, that's a really nice fight for the Astronauts, but we still do have to put some consideration into that ult tank coming up for the locked-in Lemurs. We have their Mei ult, their Orbital Ray are the two really scary ones, but, you know, Nesquik with the Bola shot also is definitely liable to get a pick here, and is going to hit it onto Cat. Oh, wait, Nesquik died for their Bola.
And the trade out, but now no tank. Koi goes down in the process, and Tenekby has this Blizzard for point. The only advantage is a lot of ults from this high ground, and Sky's gonna go in. All three ults popped on the high ground to win this fight out, but the Blizzard comes in, and all three members drop. Two are gonna be frozen on the point, and now it's all on Sky trying to stay alive, but Ari's gonna pop the ultimate chance back with the Transcendence, and Koi is staying alive. Nesquik's over onto the Tracer, trying to get in these last second touch. Meanwhile, Seikana on the off angle manages to assist onto the kill with Cat. And now, with the ultimates fading, it looks like Ari's gonna be the one standing tall, standing true on this point in that Annihilation. They keep having to walk into Ari, and they keep falling down.
Yeah, the Annihilation on point and the Blizzard on point are just such powerful tools to finish out an escort map with. Because, I mean, what do you do if you're the Astronyaats? You don't have a Kiriko. You can't just try to bell through the Blizzard. You have to have somebody stop the cart. But stopping the cart means you're going to die to the Blizzard. And they end up having to commit multiple bodies to that, which forces them into an awkward stall situation. And now Ari's using Annihilation on point, which is just really nice ult layering from the locked-in Lemurs. You know, having that Annihilation come online pretty much as soon as the Blizzard ends. So when the next wave of stalls come out for the Astronyaats, there's an Annihilation now that is just doing constant damage to them regardless of what they do.
Yeah, and the really sad thing about that is, like, if you kept either Andrew or Foliage on that high ground with either the Overclock or the High Noon, that situation doesn't happen. Instead, like, Andrew, like, Foliage, and Sky all pop their ults, like, kind of simultaneously. And unlike the Annihilation, which, as Met says, you can kind of just get, like, infinite Annihilation and, like, infinite value from that Blizzard to, like, force out the point, those ults do fade out after time. If there was a little bit better layering from the ultimates there, I think it would have gone a little bit better for the Astronauts. They maybe could have chipped off a little bit of the time bank, but definitely a tough road ahead for our favorite cat team.
Yeah, I mean, the last cat team standing, are they not?
They are.
Yeah, we do love cat teams here. I will never stop naming my teams cats. All right, we're going to see a signature pick coming out here with Cat pulling out their Mercy. Cat, very well-known, amazing Mercy player. We all love Cat in this voice chat.
I like this comp a lot better, but not just because Cat is on Mercy, but also Cat being on Mercy is a great part of it too. Like, you're leaning more into, I think, what you want to do, which is outpoke this team. Like, I think when you get Tanic B to get less value on walls, because you're just playing so far back, he can't really get a good wall angle. I mean, that's when, like, your team's gonna do the best.
Yeah, and I also really like this Sky being on the Ana. That's just much more of a carry pick, and generally speaking, I think Sky is the highest SR player on this team, so just being able to put your highest SR player on a strong carry like that can do a lot, but we are seeing a lot of good poke coming out from the locked-in Lemurs. You know, Nesquix is gonna go down, though. Andrew hitting some nice shots on the Freya. Koi dodges that wall, so there should not be a trade opportunity here for the Lemurs as long as Koi doesn't overstep here. Oh, but a Blizzard!
Early Blizzard, though, from Tanic B. That's a big freeze, actually. That's going to give a huge advantage. Taking down Koi and letting Ari just kind of sit for free, but oh my lord,
what a good
res in the back line. And I was going to compliment Cat about how quick she built that Valkyrie. Amazing use of it as well. Gets the value, gets the tank back up, and now Ari, last one standing, but has a Blizzard on point. Nesquix is back already. A nice snipe from that long angle down onto Cat, making this a 2v2, but now with Sky back, the spawn's a little bit more favoring the Astronauts here. They are going to get the point around one of the really tough corners here. We have to be careful, especially with Tanic B back. The wall is massive, but the Nano's going to be invested as well.
Yeah, just so many big ults being used here. That's a 3-person flux for Koi, but there's no follow-up. It's around the corner. Andrew goes down. That's going to get the res out, and a Kitsune Rush now will give Ari a lot of space to take here. But a good disengage there from the Astronyaats. They're not going to die to that, and Foliage has the OC.
Yeah, Foliage has the OT, but it's a question of can they get on this angle and this slow, plus the headshot from Tanic B is going to be a little bit too much.
Not going to have the res for this one.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. They got the res last fight, so it's going to be a long time for Foliage to sort of get back into this fight. That's sort of the only ult online. Nesquix and Mistletoe both had time to farm theirs up for the locked-in Lemurs, so a little bit of an advantage for them, but block forced early out of Tanic B.
Yeah, now I do generally feel like using that Emra ult when the other team's Sojourn has her ult available can be a little hard at times, but with the Orbital Ray coming out early, Koi's just going to get overloaded and go down. The Lemur's going to continue to push forward. Foliage gets a good trade, though, and that is going to make it difficult for the Lemurs to hold this aggressively. We're going to have to wait for Seikana to come back.
Yeah, we definitely will, but, I mean,
I got 5 ults coming online for the for the Astronauts, though. That could be really big.
Yeah, I need to see the Astronauts time up their swings more often because obviously you have 5 ults here, but if you use all 5 in this fight, but you don't close it out in this fight, it's game over. It's GG. It's map number 2 on the cards. And you see Nesquix with the early ult. Foliage gonna try to respond to that, and they actually get the kill there, but Ari has the annihilation as well. Great rock from Koi to help shut that down, and this player of both is really perfect. Cat invests the ultimate, so does Andrew as well, and now Ari on an island has that block, but it's anti. The Suzu's already been forced out, and now they need to run, they need to dodge, they need to get out of town. A really nice job though, staying alive. The Blizzard's gonna come in, a nice little shield from Koi. Koi only gets caught, but oh, actually no, Teddy be able to find 2, and this should be the cleanup for the locked in Lemurs.
What a great Blizzard there from TanicB to seal this map. The ults were looking really nice from the Astronyaats for a second there. You know, Foliage showing what I'm talking about with the difficulty of using that override protocol from Nesquix when there's an OC on the other side, popping Nesquix out of the air, out of that override protocol, but you know, they're just not able to win the team fight decisively enough from there. They're committing both the Valkyrie and the Bola shot as well, and they took the space, but they didn't get enough picks, so ultimately, you know, there was plenty of follow-up when TanicB was able to get the Blizzard down, so we still have 4 alive.
Yeah, and really well played from the locked in Lemurs. I'm really looking at Ari there with 31 and 1 KD on the map. I don't think died on defense and only died once on attack, which is kind of crazy. If I'm the Astronauts, I'm thinking, what can I do to try and shut that down?
Yeah, just a gross performance there from Ari. Ari, a master of the block slop. A very impressive performance there on the Ramatra. We'll have to see what the Astronaut solution to that Ramatra is on map number 2 after a short break. Don't go anywhere, y'all. We will be right back.
And welcome back, everybody, to Aurora Esports. And these fleeting moments, just remember, to the person who started the predictions beforehand, you're evil. But to Ari, who started the game before the production was ready, you are more evil. Think on that, liberals. Anyways, New York City is the upcoming map picked by the Astronyaats. The bans, as we get that popped up, were, I think, two pretty good bans. Blockchain Lemurs going to go for the Reaper ban, try and take foliage off of one of, I think, their preferred characters on such a tight quarters map, and the Astronyaats obviously ban out the Ramatra. And it looks like that might be forcing Ari over onto a Sigma. I think this, at least compositionally, from what I have seen, might favor the Astronyaats. We'll have to wait and see as we get into the map.
Yeah, Ari likes to force the Sigma, and I've talked to Ari about this, and Ari tried to convince me that I should also just be forcing Sigma. Because this keeps working for Ari, and I just don't feel like it should. I feel like a good Mei team should just be bullying this. But the Astronyaats are not playing Mei, and Fungin's already dead.
Yeah, Nesquik just goes uncontested on that high ground angle. I mean, Andrew can finally now swing out, take some pop shots up there, but I mean, that's the advantage of this Sigma. You have a little bit better poke here. You have walls to completely ISO people, and you have Tanic B just like going in and finding two. Like, you're kind of forced to back up here and forced to see what happens. We have two new players in. Also, I think we mentioned that slightly. We got Fungin in for Cat on the Lucio, and Adam in for
Seikana.
Was Adam in last map? Seikana,
no, Adam
yes.
was not. Yeah, it was Seikana.
Yeah,
last
Adam
time.
in for Seikana on the Lucio as well.
Yeah, Lemurs fighting very aggressively out in this courtyard space, but they're going to get forced back a little bit. But that's a lot of good poke. But Tanic B is going to be first picked here. And now a lot of pressure onto the Lemurs. Foliage gets Mistletoe as well. Ari falls immediately after. Nesquix will go down. And that's going to be a quick recap for the Astronyaats there.
And I really like the tempo they played in that fight. My worry is what happens if you don't pick Tanaki first and he has the wall, he has the block for like the mid fight. I think honestly with the Venture, you can kind of play Crash out like that. You can sort of int on the backline. You'll have an Orisa who can kind of come in with you, has a couple cooldowns that can kind of bully the enemy team away. But what happens when Ari's allowed to take this to the long fight? Because Sigma, obviously, you're saying very unconventional pick, especially in New York City, but great in 1v1s.
Foliage goes
and
down
Foliage
on that
just
aggressive
gets
engage.
eaten alive.
That's a good trade there from Andrew, but Nesquik's going to contest this heavily. Nesquik is going to fall very low. Adam and Fungin are 1v1ing on the side lane. And Poye, Tanic B's ult. Oh my. Beats coming out from both sides.
Nesquik has the OC but goes down early. Some really nice ult usage from the Astronyaats here, and they're holding on to the point in the process. Obviously, Tanakby still staying alive when he comes out of the block, immediately bullied down by Foliage. Meanwhile, though, still alive.
Wait,
but the Tectonic shot is out on point.
Yeah. So ultimately, Ari getting two there is not going to swing the fight in the favor of the Lemurs, but it is going to swing the ult economy in favor of the Lemurs, because that necessitated Fungin committing another ult into that. That is every ult available for the Astronyaats were committed by the end of that point, as Nesquix is going to move over onto the Cassidy, no more Sojourn. And the Kitsune Rush of Mistletoe is the only ult available in the lobby.
Yeah, the Kitsune Rush of Mistletoe, I mean, you'd love to have the Tectonic Shot to sort of play into that fully, at least, like, deny that aggression when the whole team pushes up. But now you have the Kitsune Rush completely clear the tie guard, but Andrew and Koi takes down Tanic B. Really nice spin by Koi, denying Ari from getting that grasp off. And some good trades on either way, but Koi just absolutely pushing forward, pushing through. Mistletoe now trapped into a corner, but can only TP onto their own teammates. A nice little boop from Fungin too, forces the climb off, and Ari just having to back up over and over again. Finally pushed down, finally pushed away, and finally a cap comes in for the Astronyaats.
Yeah, that was such a nice team fight for the Astronyaats there. The immediate pick they found onto, I believe it was Tanic B?
It was Tanic, and then it was, it was Tanic, I think.
All right. Oh, Foliage caught by the flashbang from Nesquix, though, and that's going to be an immediate pick as Ari's on the Junker Queen. This is not a pick we've been seeing this season.
Yeah, Koi's going to go in, has that gold, has the ultimate, and catches Tanic B again. But Ari has that quick tempo, can push ahead here, and Funjin sort of left alone on this point, so it's Mistletoe, Adam, and Ari who managed to clean this up, and I kind of feel a little bit awkward about the Jungle Queen into the Orisa and the Sojourn. You can't really, like, you don't get that, like, close range, but if Koi's insistent on playing like really fast into your back line, it can work really well. You can use those shouts a little bit defensively, and just like whenever he tries to blow you up, you just like switch off of it. But yeah, we're seeing another swap in. Tanaki's now gonna go over onto the Pharah.
Yeah, Tanaki's Pharah can be a really good counter pick for this foliage venture. I think that one makes a lot of sense immediately to me. As the map flip is going to come in for the Astronyaats, they've got really good positioning here. And Nesquik's going to drop the Noon. Can't find anything, though. The positioning is all in favor of the Astronyaats, but the trades are 1-for-1 so far.
Yeah, and Nesquik's trying to take this high ground. Nesquik actually catches 2 on the high ground, and a really nice move forces Andrew off of the map. But Tanaki's still needs to keep fighting, still needs to stay alive here. Riku's on the point, 1 HP, and
oh my
gosh, Koi!
Tanaki made it to the point.
Almost the kill. Wait, does he have flash? No, he's off the map! What? And now Foliage on the point, Tectonic shot. Funjin uses the ultimate as well. Counter the beat from Adam, and numbers now still in favor of the Astronauts. Riku finally gonna go down on that point. So low, got that flip in mid-fight, but at the end of the day, that's not gonna be worth it because they're leaving second point. They don't have an ult advantage, and they're down 2-0 on points.
Yeah, this is a really rough start right now for the locked-in Lemurs, and I feel like this comp from the Astronauts is just so good right now. They're just playing, I mean, frankly, a lot of characters that I think are just better in the meta, and they're really showing why these are more commonly picked. Although Tanic B is going to find a really nice pick onto that Pharah and onto the Venture immediately after. Really nice play there from Tanic B.
That's the thing I absolutely love about like a hero pool like Tanic Beast. It's so weird, it's so annoying, and it's like very flexible, right? Like if the Mei is not working, swap the Pharah, and Mei and Pharah are very interchangeable like that. I also play a lot of Mei and Pharah, not that I play Tanic Beast level at all, but you can kind of like swap those 1-for-1, and you kind of get like good value against like opposite comps. Already has the barrage online, and now we're seeing a gonna be probably a big ult fight coming up here. Tanapi has the barrage and the DPS ult on the cards for Nesquix, but Andrew and Koi with both of their ults, and they like to go in aggressive with those. We'll see who decides to enter first.
Yeah, Kitsune Rush coming out from Sky will be the first one in, and that's going to be followed up by the ult from the Junker Queen. Sky's TP is forced, 1 HP on Funjin. Koi goes down, Nesquix gets 2 with the Noon, and this is still going though. Sky looking for a trade onto Nesquix. Nesquix goes down. Foliage and Sky now. Oh, but Ari is there. The 2v2 there. I mean, there wasn't really a chance against a full health Junker Queen, but you could see a world where they fumbled that.
Yeah, Ari and Adam are just so synced in right now. It feels like every single time Ari wants to go in, Adam's there with the amp speed and just follows them in just completely. It looks like, however, the Astronauts will give the point up. Not much contestation there, but they will have guessed the next point correctly, and they'll be there to fight way before the point opens up. Way early rush by Mistletoe.
Yeah, this Kitsune Rush is just too early here. The point is not close to unlocking. It's so far away from the point as well. Mistletoe's not creating enough space there with that one. And that was the big ultimate available to the locked-in Lemurs. Now they've got to wait. Adam's beat is almost online, but it's not quite ready for the overclock from Andrew. But, oh, Andrew goes out of Tanic B, and the beat comes out. So the locked-in Lemurs almost certainly going to be cleaning this one up.
Yeah, and Tanic B just going in on those off angles, not getting contested, and just like completely obliterating the team. And it's kind of tough. Foliage can't really do anything about the man in the sky, neither can Funjin in Sky, so it's definitely a lot on to Koi and Andrew to sort of mark out this Pharah, which notably, like, Riku, Tanic B already close to another barrage here.
It looks like we're giving up the idea of contesting Tanic B's Pharah. Andrew moved over to the Tracer here, so this is going to be an extremely aggressive look. I think the call is going to be, let's try to kill Mistletoe and Adam, as Foliage will employ this Tectonic Shock early in this team fight. The Pharah is over to the top right, and there's just nothing anyone's going to try to do about it. As Ari gets that Rampage off, a Bell finds Funjin, and Koi's health bar is looking good. Picks going the way of the Astronauts early, but Koi is very low.
And Koi with the ult. I think that was just to stay alive there in the final fleeting moments of this fight. Now Ari is just going to be the last one standing, finally taken out by Foliage. And I guess that's the advantage with the Tracer. You can sort of go a little bit more crash out onto the back line, and it allows you to focus the same target. I was seeing that problem a little bit with the Astronauts, like, early onto that third point. They weren't really able to isolate the same target, especially when you have like a Pharah in the air, a Jungle Queen running you down. Your comp kind of works differently into each of those characters, and they weren't really finding that cohesion. But now I think with this comp, you can definitely get a little bit more of that. Now Sky has the rush with some scary DPS ults on the other side.
Yeah, a quick Kitsune rush out here from Sky is going to immediately open this one up. The TP forced, but the picks are already all going the way of the Astronyaats. That immediate Kitsune rush, they just ran down the backline. Ari was looking for a pick the whole time, but just couldn't find anyone as their backline died behind them.
Yeah, but they do hang on to both of their ultimates. You can still give this one a very good try. The only issue is you have to flush this team off of one of the most difficult points to contest, especially with the Pharah. But Nesquik's long-range snipe now in a duel onto Andrew, but Koi winning that front line exchange. Now Andrew has to go back in to help the team. Tanape goes in with the ult, gets caught out in the sky by Foliage, and Foliage unfortunately going to be taken down there. So a 3 people standing, a fight win, but Fungin could be in for this touch if he wants it, or they could just give it up and go for the next point. I think that's what they're going to opt to do.
Yeah, looks like we're going for 0.5 here is going to be the call from Fungin. No attempt at the touch there. I think that's a fair call at that point. You don't have many ults, but there's nothing available on the side of the Lemurs either, so going for that kind of disadvantageous recontest is really just giving them an opportunity to get more ults onto the board in a situation where you don't really need to force. You can just play this 5th point out. And I think that shows that the Astronyaats, they still have confidence in themselves here. They're not too stressed about this yet. As Ari gonna go early and find a pick onto Foliage. That was a flash from Nesquik, I believe, who is gonna get traded by Andrew. Really nice trade coming out. Mistletoe's Kitsune rush across the point. Much better position and timed this time for the Kitsune rush there. Right as the point's unlocking, with the other team really trying to contest that, it's gonna be able to clean up that fight for the Lemurs.
Yeah, this is such a weird comp for the Lemurs. It feels like the synergy between these like 3 like main DPS and tanks is just like not there on an inherent level, but it's so hard to just like burn down all 3. And I see like every single fight Tanakbe's able to flip into that backline and just get some insane damage onto the enemy team. Foliage moves over onto the Cassidy, wants a little bit more damage on the far, and I think that's going to work a lot better to sort of mark Tanakbe out on these long angles.
Yeah, Nesquik is doing a nice job of shooting at Foliage as well, though, and making it hard for Foliage to step aggressively here. Oh! Ari gets a nice ult off, but Adam's going to go down to Koi first. Mistletoe falls as well. And it looks like this one's going to go in favor of the Astronyaats. And yeah, I like the decision to bring the Cassidy back. Tanakbe's ability to get into those interesting positions and flip, I think, was in large part predicated because on the fact that there was really no contest coming out. You know, Tanakbe was just playing an uncontested Pharah. Why not being the other team's backline, just shooting your gun for free?
But now I'm really want to see what the Astronauts do in this fight. They've had some trouble, but nice this time a nice spear to sort of help counter it out, but Adam's gonna layer it on. They're gonna add the beat in, keep chasing down this back line. Tanakbe already in there, but drops to half HP. Foliage is gonna get taken out in the fight, but Tanakbe has that ult, and they're gonna be able to catch a couple with that one. And now Fungin needs to make sure they're dying on the point, needs to make sure the Astronauts can get a recontest together, and it looks like they will. Fungin may be a little bit late to the party, but they definitely have this one. Only high noons on both sides, so it's gonna be the battle between Foliage and Nesquik. One has been on cast for a while, one new to the party, but we'll see who can get more value this time.
Yeah, I really like the way Nesquik has been handling this. Foliage is going to use this noon early for space, and Nesquik is going to find Andrew in the meantime, but Tanakbe traded immediately. Nesquik's turn on the noon, looking for one, finds Fungin. Foliage ultimately will be finished by Adam, but that was a huge chunk of damage out of the high noon. It's Koi and Sky now in a very difficult situation, and it will not be winnable for the Astronyaats. So the reverse sweep on the map comes out for the locked-in Lemurs as they will take map number 2.
Yeah, and those are some great swaps. I'm not even sure who called them on the team, but like moving just the hero pool around, going over to that Pharah, going over to that Cassidy, and obviously the Junker Queen, which we get to watch the play of the game of here. I mean, there's a really amazing swaps that it felt like the Astronauts didn't really have an answer towards.
Yeah, and I mean, what is the answer to the other team playing Junker Queen Cassidy Farah? I mean, that's not really a comp so much as it's just
Just
three
heroes.
people trying to like try to kill you in three very different ways, and it was working for all three of them simultaneously.
Yeah, I don't know what the answer is. I mean, luckily, I mean, we'll be able to go to a break hopefully soon, and they'll have some time to discuss, have some time to choose the next map, and have some time to find that out.
Yeah, we'll see what the answer is for the Astronauts as we move on to map number 3 after a short break. Don't go anywhere, y'all.
And welcome back, everybody, to Aurora Esports Season 10. And right now, we have a 2-0 lead for the locked-in Lemurs after the reverse sweep on New Junk City. And at this point, if I'm the Astronauts, I'm hoping for an even bigger reverse sweep here in the entire series to hopefully turn this thing around. They sent it to Kings Row, denying the final hybrid pick. sort of putting it into their favor. And I will say I really like the ban they're able to get out of this. They take away the Kiriko. Greg, you're kind of talking about this sort of
Yeah,
enables Sky in a lot of ways.
Sky's best flex support generally this season has been the Ana. Ana, there's a lot of long sight lines on King's Row where Ana can really get a lot done, but of course, Kiriko's in the game, so you just should be playing her instead when she's not banned. But she is banned here, so you can play that Ana now, and you can, kind of rely on Sky, who is the highest SR player on your team, to be on his best hero and try to carry the game here. So I think that is a really good ban for the Astronyaats. Set up Sky to try to bring you to the promised land. And War, as much as a reverse sweep here would be crazy, I have seen the Astronyaats pull off a crazy reverse sweep before. They reverse swept the Rome Raccoon Dogs in the regular season, and of course that's the team waiting in the semifinals for the results of this game. So the Rome Raccoon Dogs are a very respectable scalp to be taking. That was one reverse sweep. Let's see if they've got another one in them here.
The Rome Raccoon Dogs literally shaking their boots right now. This is like they're getting flashbacks, and they're getting double flashbacks because they might have to play this team if the reverse sweep comes through. But I think it might be a little bit too early to be talking about that. Do you guys see Mistletoe and Nesquix maybe doing up for a little bit of a silly start? But obviously with the Ram not banned, Ari will be moving over onto that character. Yep, there we go. And
no, Mistletoe's on the
excited.
Juno. No, Fun and Whimsy is banned, War. It is banned. We play Juno here, like real Overwatch players. Nesquix is going to go for that Widow shot, but not going to be able to find it ultimately. And we will see. I think this is a really nice look for both teams here. This Reaper May from the Locked-In Lemurs has a lot of ability to just burst down a target. And Fungin's going to get found by the May right-click poke. A really big first pick from Tanikby, although a better trade by Andrew No Baptiste available for the Locked-In Lemurs.
But you still have Mistletoe who can still output a lot of healing on that elbow effect support of the Juno, so Koi's still going to need to play their spacing a little bit quicker, and I think both these heroes are going to be getting back around the same time. Fungin already back into the fight, but
Ooh, wait.
Apple Seikana is back.
Seikana.
Yeah, I was going to say, fight in the back line, has to jump over. Koi trying to get aggressive on this, but the punishment on Andrew is already in effect, and now the Astronauts are pushed a little bit out of position. We'll see if they're going to be able to survive as the map sort of flip over. Foliage doing God's work in the back line, finds two, looking for Ari as well, as Ari's going to kite over in the hotel, but now you have to be worried. The spawns are going to start coming in. They flip back positions, and nothing happened.
And the spawns are here for the Locked-In Lemurs, though, so it's now going to be a retake situation for the Astronauts, but they have a window for that, and they're going to be able to immediately take all the space back. So, ultimately, you had to use your windows. That is something, and Ari is going to be able to go aggressive with this Annihilation as a result. Koi getting hit with the Blizzard should go down here, but Foliage with a Death Blossom in the backline. Taking out Seikana. It's just Tanikby and Ari versus Foliage. What on earth is happening?
The health pools are so low, but the Black Slop and the other Black Slop is too strong. Tanikby is caught out. Good target prio, and that's going to give an opportunity. You can actually fight into this, a 4v4 fight towards the point, as Koi looks to push inwards, but no ults for this team.
Seikana's
and
window is very
has
close.
That Blossom, the window up online as well, and they're completely zoned off of this point. A window having to be invested to cap it through, but they do manage to get it, and Nesquik's already looking to go a little bit aggressive onto that backline, but Andrew with an amazing first pick.
Yeah, really nice first pick. Seikana has been found early by Andrew multiple times now, and that has consistently been really big for the team. But Fungin gonna go down to Ari, and so it's an even numbers situation with no speed available for the Astronauts. It's gonna be hard for them, and Nesquik is in a powerful position here.
And another amazing wall, and the Blossom even better. The distraction, and you just send Nesquik in, finds two, maybe three with the help of Tanikby, forces the full-on retreat for the Astronauts. Good news is they're now built up to a stronger ultimate economy. We'll see if they're able to use that in their favor. And Foliage is playing a little bit up, no Death Blossom, but I don't think this position is known.
Yeah, it doesn't look like anyone's aware that foliage is here, so I think this is going to be fine ultimately. And we could see some really interesting pinches come through here with both this window and overclock available. You know, if you can layer these, you can get the hard one-shots, but Mistletoe's going to go early with the Ray, and Seikana goes down. Ooh. Foliage on the cart, going to take out Mistletoe. Seikana and Mistletoe both down. No heals available for the Lemurs, and they are almost certainly just going to have to die on cart now, but a lot of ults committed from the Astronyaats there, as they did have to use both that beat and the OC.
I really like the theory behind that pinch. It felt like a little bit of a delayed reaction from either the locked-in Lemurs or just their backline in identifying the foliage position. And now foliage on another one of these angles. I want to see if he can try to set up one of these pitches again, especially when he has the Death Blossom on the cards this time. That can do a lot, but some really scary ultimates on the other side. Can just pop the block for
oh, Mistletoe goes down! Foliage only able to get a 1-for-1 with that one, and the Blizzard on the cart is going to take out Fungin. Sky falling very low to the Annihilation. Poise, Terra Surge is out on the payload. Going to be used now. Ari continuing to create space. Sky goes down to Nesquix, and this is going to be a team fight win for the locked-in Lemurs, but they're not pushing the cart right now, War, which means there's going to be a time for another contest from the Astronyaats.
Yeah, you're going to give this a try for the Astronauts. You might as well, but you're going to be down Sky. A late window is sort of what you have to hope on, and Nesquix is on the angle already. Foliage already had a little bit of his util forced out, and Andrew's already fallen down. So Koi going to give it their best attempt, but this is going to be tough. Windows on both sides. Damage being done either way, but Koi's HP pool just dropping lower and lower, and the resources just aren't there. Nesquix with a big ult in the backline, but actually drops very weak. Punch is going to be able to take this 1v1, might be able to have it. Yes, he does, but unfortunately the team is going to fall on the front line.
Yeah, Foliage went onto the backline there. I had Reaper Cam going for a minute because Foliage took out both Mistletoe and Seikana, but while I was on that Foliage POV, the rest of the locked-in Lemurs were taking care of business, trading out the entirety of the Astronyaats. So the Reapers from both teams right now are putting in some heroic performances. The Reaper guy is very powerful, War. I feel like he's doing a lot.
Extraordinarily, but technically will open up the fight with that first pick. Fully just kind of solo brawling out, but with the wall and the utility, I mean, it's just a little bit too impressive, a little bit too much for the Astronauts here as they're forced back. And this last fight territory with some very, very late staggers and your spawns getting held out. We'll see if they can even get in. 100 for the touch. Almost gets a nice loop off the map, but a little bit late on that. Stalling out the point for just a little bit longer. And Koi back on the Mauga as well, trying to live, but it's a Blizzard. It's a Blizzard from Panic Bee. That's gotta be at least all she wrote here. Some good exchanges, some good kills for the Astronauts, some good late touches, but minute and 36-second time bank will be what the locked-in Lemurs get.
Yeah, the locked-in Lemurs putting together a great half there. Ari is once again block slop, and it's just so powerful, War. How do we stop Ari from block slop? How do you do it?
I don't know, but apparently if it's not block slop, it's Sigma slop, so it might just be the fact that Ari's just good on characters, potentially.
Ari might just be good at the game. A crazy take here. The GM player, potentially good at the game. The champ support player playing their GM off role might be a little good.
Ari could be the new Skycer, but Ari won a map where Ramatra was banned, so...
Damn.
Skycer, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know,
Ari pulled out that Jake Jude.
I haven't seen Ari complain about Ram being in the dirt when 75% of the teams are still playing Ram.
Yup. It is some. I mean, but at the same time, though, I mean, Ari on the Ram is 22-1 right now. Or
I mean that is Thanos. I'm saying Ari might be better. Is what I'm saying.
I don't know. I'm saying Ari might be that guy.
Did Ari win the Nesquix Woodfiber trade? I think so, because just because of their aura. No other reason.
Nesquix Woodfiber trade? That didn't happen.
Wait,
that was Anarchy Woodfiber.
Oh, it's Anarchy Voidfiber. I'm stupid.
Yeah. No,
We're
it's all
stupid.
good.
That's why I need to follow this season.
Yeah, but we're gonna see Koi submit to block slop. It's a block slop world. We're all just living in it.
We're just living in it. Oh, it's a foliage is gonna go down early world, and we're just living in it.
Foliage is getting chased so hard by Tanic B here, but Tanic B gets that ice block forced. Tanic B has a lot of care here, but walks into the small room with a Reaper. Oh, the lamp was there, but your Nesquik isn't, and nor is your Mistletoe. Two people chased Foliage all the way into the middle of second point, and the 3v4 goes the way of the Astronyaats. I honestly think that was a great play from Foliage, just because the Lemurs felt so obligated to clear it out that they overcommitted resources and weren't able to do it fast enough to go unpunished.
I just watched Andrew do a quintillion damage from high ground on Sojourn by just shooting down main.
Yeah, and I think that's part of why Nesquik is going to move over onto this Sojourn to match. The ability to take this high ground is just so strong. Mistletoe goes down early, but it is a trade at least. Oh, Nesquik's in danger. Foliage looking to take another victim.
Oh
Can we
my
talk
gosh.
about how broken Reaper is? Can we have an unironic conversation about nerfing that hero?
I feel like this is an unironic conversation about all the players that are playing the hero, in my opinion. I don't know.
I mean, he does
I
have
think
like a
Foliage just
56% win rate in ranked at like GM right now. He is genuinely really strong. Like
Wait, that's crazy.
No, he's actually like kind of broken. And Nesquik is gonna mirror the Reaper. We have a champ hit scan player, and we're like, nah, this guy has to mirror the Reaper. We can't have this guy play.
He's tried this. He was on the Sojourn for a bit, but then just immediately swapped, I think.
Yeah, window comes out from Sky. That's going to put a lot of pressure down, but Bungeon's going to be the one who goes down first. We have double DPS ults. Andrew's going to be looking for an angle here. This could go crazy with this overclock. But, oh, the Panic V Blizzard is the one that's going to go down first, and that's going to take out Koi. So this team fight is looking good for the locked in Lemurs.
Wait.
Oh, Foliage!
Wait! Oh, wait, this is winnable.
Oh, Andrew is a nice shot as well. So now it is just Mistletoe, and Mistletoe is going to get out of there. The Reaper guy, War. The Reaper guy is too powerful.
Is this the 58% win rate the streets have been talking about? I think it is.
Oh my goodness. Like,
oh my gosh.
Cannot. The Reaper guy. I'm terrified. The aura is everywhere.
It is, honestly.
Alright, Andrew's got an OC here in a powerful high ground position. This could be really powerful, but Sakana's gonna get this window down first.
This ends now.
Finally, we're gonna see this overclock come out from Andrew. Foliage has already
Wait,
taken out
Foliage got two in the back line. Foliage! I'm sitting up. Put it on Foliage cam every fight, bro. Like, what are we doing?
That's on me. That's on me. That's on me. I looked at the Sojourn with overclock, thinking that was gonna be the main character for the fight, but no, there's a person who's playing Reaper. We should be talking about that.
Yeah.
Like how? Like what are we doing?
Nesquik
4.5
doesn't know
minute
what to
time
do.
bank on third bank.
Nesquik, get ready, buddy. Your wraith is already forced. Get ready.
Oh my god, how is Foliage so him on the Reaper guy? This is diabolical.
Mistletoe does have the Ray gonna go in with that nice little slow there.
Sadly,
Foliage
Mistletoe
doesn't think cleared
not
off the back line though.
Oh,
finally
okay.
has.
We are finally
Okay.
off Foliage cam as Foliage has gone down. We will move to Nesquik's cam, who is now
Yep.
top Reaper. Caught his one. Oh my.
And has Death
goodness.
Blossom too.
Yeah, so we're gonna keep it on Nesquik's cam here, y'all. We're gonna see what this Reaper can do with this Death Blossom. Andrew's taking up this side lane, and oh
You're
my
dead.
goodness, where'd Bungeon go? Where did Bungeon go?
Wait. Nesquik's in your back line. You're dead again, by the way.
And Andrew's dead as
Goodbye.
well. But what's happening? No one can stay alive against the Reaper guy. He's too
Guys, I need to start
powerful.
learning Reaper for my comp games. I got like a 10% win rate, but I'm watching right now, and it seems like I'd get more.
I'm
But it's
learning
shooting my
right
gun.
now. Foliage killed Mistletoe while we were yapping there. Guy has committed a window exclusively to clearing out Nesquik's. What?
No, he has a small little angle where, oh no, it's just valid to shut Nesquik again. Yeah, no.
What are we doing? Nesquik still has not used this Death Blossom, and Tanic B has a Blizzard as well. Bungeon in danger goes down, but Foliage!
Which one do we watch?
Okay, no. Nesquik's killed 3. Nesquik's killed 3. Oh my god. What is happening? What is happening?
bro.
No, it's just Reaper City. Okay, it's just Reaper City.
Reaper City. And like Foliage did so well in the first 2 points that they still have like double the time bank if they were to cap now. So this is like no stress for the Astronauts. Obviously they lost a couple fights in a row there, but I think they're still in a very good spot. I think the only thing they need to be worried about is Nesquik's on the Reaper character.
Yeah, for sure. So I pulled it up real quick in between team fights here. Reaper has a 54% win rate at Grandmaster, and Champion, that is second highest in the game. We're in a Reaper meta. All right, so already gonna go deep with this Annihilation. Gives some nice punches into Koi. The beat not gonna be able to do enough there, and we're gonna see another team fight win for the locked-in Lemurs as Foliage has been zoned. The threat neutralized.
If you will allow a little bit of non-Reaper plays, I think Tanic Beat is like on the series like 8 for 8 on freezing specifically Koi with their Blizzard.
Yeah, Tanic B's Blizzards are always spectacular. It's something that's very consistent for Tanic B as a player, I feel. Sky gets a nice window on this high ground. The wall from Tanic B's good to try to zone it a little bit, but should still be able to use this for Sky. And it's going to create a lot of space. Andrew gets the first pick, uses the overclock, and we are looking at someone other than a Reaper to make the big play right now, War. Tanic B falling very low, gets the block force. Oh, Andrew's so low. Nesquik gets the first pick, but it's just Ari blocking on the point now.
And now the Lemurs have lost their Reaper, meaning game over. Foliage gets to run the map. Actually, Sky gets to run the map from that high ground. No Reaper to TP up on him, apparently. And the Astronauts have secured attacker's advantage, but lost the time bank.
Quick bit of Sky Glaze just for raw numbers being put out. Sky's got 9k damage and 14k heals in 13 minutes. That's a big number.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
That is a big number. I mean, just the fact that you're able to do both of those at the same time is just such an asset for the team in terms of how much pressure they're able to put down. And I'm sure that is helping Foliage run the lobby because Foliage is 36-9 War. Like, what are we doing?
To be fair, stat line wise, like Ari would be a little bit better, but I mean,
yeah, Ari's 35.
Gold elims though.
Yeah. Like,
can I ask you a question before we get into game?
Yeah.
Would you rather have the 3-fight time bank that the locked-in, like, teams aside, like, the 3-fight time bank that the locked-in Lemurs had, like, enough time to, like, build, like, a set of alts? Or would you rather have the attacker's advantage that the Astronauts have?
A 20-second gap, I genuinely would take attacker's advantage on a 20-second gap. I think attacker's advantage is pretty useful. As long as you have enough time for the first ult fight, I think attacker's advantage is gonna be better. Like, I think a minute 12 should be enough time for, at the very least, Sky to get a window and maybe Foliage to get a Death Blossom online. And, I mean...
I was thinking that, yeah.
Yeah, it's like... So, we should be able to see a good ult fight here, but, of course, we also could just see Foliage kill everyone in the neutral again, because that's been the story of the map. Foliage TP's immediately onto Mistletoe, Mistletoe running away. Gets stuck a little, but no, okay. Foliage has not gotten the kill immediately this time.
Yeah, and Ari knows the alpha threat, knows to just throw the slow onto the backline just to zone out Foliage. Foliage actually gonna escape through a hotel here, but did a great job making space for the team. And it's Andrew, this time not on the high ground, but opening up with that first pick. Foliage has been dealt with though, and Fungin's getting ran down by Ari. You want to be able to commit to this fight. You have almost a % on the point, like 1/3 there. We are not going to be able to find it. And now we're at last fight territory. There's a chance for Sky to get a window here, but I'm looking more towards Seikana, who is 69% to that window.
Yeah, the locked-in Lemurs, you know, just the fact that they won that fight is going to be huge for the ult bank on Seikana. Mistletoe was the one who went down, so they were able to get all of that healing all on the Baptiste. And that means that the window is pretty much already there.
Wait, the plays.
Oh, Fungin gets the touch here, but Fungin in a lot of danger, goes down. And a Blizzard on Koi is going to be an immediate pick as well. But, I was about to say, there's some interesting trades going on. I mean, but it was Foliage was in a 1v3. It was going to be hard even if he did make it back to point.
I've seen crazier things on the Reaper guy, by the way.
I mean, Foliage has been, Foliage is 38 and 10. I mean, it's not reasonable. Foliage has 14 more elims than the next most on the team. Like, I don't. I don't get what's happening. Overwatch makes sense. And
True.
More
This is a
people
lot of sense.
more people should pick Reaper. I think that's the conclusion we're coming to. I think
Yeah,
if you
agree.
have not been eliminated yet and you are watching this game, pick Reaper in your next match. I want to see it. I want to see
I feel
if
like
it's
you're talking
not
to like
just-
three very non-Reaper teams there.
Yeah,
I guess
yeah.
I mean okay, the Pangaloins, no spoilers, but they do a little bit of a silly comm switch that everybody knows about, and it's definitely not a leak at all because they do it every single map on this map.
I think the fact that they have a lineup with a Reaper guy player in is well-known fact at this point. They do it every single game. They very consistently swap to play Reaper on this map.
Yeah, well, TC is gonna like call me out, being like, "Oh, word leaked the strats on live. Oh, die, or something like that." I don't know.
One.
Just wait.
All right, but we are now running a minute and a half available here to the locked-in Lemurs to get one tick on Kings Row first. If they can find a good pick, that could be everything. And
Well, speaking of a good pick,
Oh, Foliage. Mistletoe danger.
Foliage.
Oh, a good lamp. Okay, Foliage doesn't find the pick immediately.
but that lamp's gone, and you. I'm sorry, you're
Go.
it's helpless.
Seikana 1 HP. Oh my god, where did my mistletoe go? Where did my mistletoe go?
Pangaloin's already crashing out, by the way.
It just
60
makes sense.
seconds remaining.
It just makes so much sense. But
dude,
wait,
full-
Nesquist's in the back line.
All right, where is our Nesquix? Oh, okay. That's a fair
yeah.
place to be. That's a really strong angle to put a lot of pressure down onto Koi. Koi's going to get cooldowns first very early, so this is going to be form advantage for the Lemurs. Koi going to try to go aggro with this form, and that's going to lead to very low health bars, but Foliage is once again in the backline on your supports. Koi falls a little low. Koi falls very low. Koi goes down! And while this is going to be a teamfight win for the Astronyaats, without Koi here, it could get a little dangerous. Nesquix, though,
wait,
gets
Sky-
staggered. So
Yeah.
this is going to
I
be...
was gonna say,
Fungin's running away to get the taxi here. Do the Lemurs recognize? They have an ability to take a lot of space right now.
Seconds remaining.
Nesquix is already
Yeah, but
back. This
Foliage
is going to be a
has
5v5, and the space has been taken by the Lemurs. Fungin falling low. But we'll ultimately be able to get away there, and Mistletoe's the one who goes down. Koi falls
if
low on the...
Tenneke gets a blizzard here, it's so bad though.
Tanic Beast so close to this Blizzard. Nesquik so close to this Death Blossom. And Foliage goes down after only one. That might not be good enough because we have the ultimates online. Nesquik hits the ult. Koi hit as well. Sky pumping
Fungin
a
needs to
crazy
live.
amount of heals through this window in the top, though. Fungin, low HP. Ari low on point. Koi gets the ult off. Ari getting pocketed now from Mistletoe. The lamp on point. It's gonna get taken out by Seikana back on the... Oh my goodness. Foliage, the hero all map, has to 1v5 here. And it's just not gonna happen. The block slop on point war, it was a lot,
It's too
but
strong.
it was...
It's too strong. Stronger
Ari
than the
held
Reaper.
right click so well right there.
That was Thanos. You saw their positioning when they're just like, you know, holding down right click and just like slowly strafing left and right. Like that's the real niche.
Yeah, I mean, the technology is just so
Speaking of
impressive.
technology, that's fun. Bye.
Dude, all right,
Foliage
we
Thanos.
need to start a dialogue about the Reaper guy. That's all I'm saying. Like, that's all I'm saying. Like,
You're gonna be on one of the semifinals casts. You can start that dialogue.
I will be starting that dialogue.
Okay, get in there then.
Put more Reaper in there. All right, but anyway, we have seen a victory come through for the locked in Lemurs. A great performance from them, and we now need to talk about MVPs for the match. So, War, who are we thinking was the MVP for the locked in Lemurs?
Not Ari because they block Slop. I'm cool with anybody else.
I'm gonna say no Ari because they started New Chunk City without asking for Prodar. So
Oh,
just
true.
hard ban from MVP for that one.
True.
I honestly, I really want to give it to Tanic B. I think Tanic B did excellent.
I was gonna say Tenneke kind of Thanos on the May.
I think it's got to be a Tanic B angle. Tanic B with the great May play on Kings Row on Circuit Royale, which is it's such a standard Tanic B thing at this point. I think every time you see a Tanic B team go to Circuit Royale, you end up saying, oh man, Tanic B May on Circuit Royale is so good. I think the Pharah was excellent on New Junk City. That was a huge part of the comeback. And then the May on Kings Row. I think that Blizzard is what sealed the OT. The Blizzards in regulation were always such huge value. So really impressive performance from Tanic B.
All right, and we'll see if we can get Tanic B in call. I don't know how to.
I don't know either. We have no power here.
Yes, we want an interview. Drag Tanic B.
Give us Tanic B.
We're communicating with the inside sources in the Lemurs camp, aka Mistletoe.
That's Missile Goat, personally.
That is Missile Goat right there. If it can't get Tanic B, we'll give it to Mistletoe for being Missile Goat.
True.
So technically, Mistletoe has a lot of power right here. They can just say, oh, we can't get Tanic B, because we're reliant on Mistletoe to give us Tanic B, right? They can just say, oh, couldn't do it. Oh, Tanic B left. Oh, Tanic B, like, is gone. And just join. If they wanted to.
Could, but I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think Tanic B fuck with us.
Bro, on stream is crazy.
I'm just saying. Like, am I wrong?
I think we're too lame for Tanic B. Be so for real.
Tanic B is in the lounge, so says they. So says Ari. Let's go to the lounge and interview Tanic B.
All right, cool.
All right. Hello, Tanic B. You
Hello.
are the MVP for the locked in Lemurs today. How do you feel having won your quarterfinals matchup?
I feel good because as of before yesterday, I didn't even know if I was going to be able to make this. So it feels good.
I will say that seems like a very common thing for the Astronauts team, like not being able to know if you're going to make the Astronauts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lemurs are going through that right now as well. At least with me,
Yeah.
I've been waiting to move for like the last 3 weeks, and then my laptop just explodes on me, and now I have to play on my mom's. So we're gonna ball for as long as I can, and as long as we can.
Oh my god, that's Aura, dude.
How's that laptop holding up? Is it like alive?
The fan just gave
frames?
up. Either one of the fan or the 2 fans just gave up on me. So I can't play Overwatch without the CPU overheating. And then,
Nice.
funnily enough, my second laptop I'm using also had the fan give up or the CPU overheat on me. So this is the only laptop that I can use to play Overwatch. So,
Does it at least still like run the game well?
yeah, it runs the game. I'll be getting 100 FPS,
Okay, that's
give or take.
That's like fine. That's okay. We can live with that.
Let's go. So Tanic B, talk to me a little bit about the Pharah on New Junk City. I'm an avid Pharah
Yes.
player, but I'm not that ambitious. So like, talk to me.
That's good.
I was so bad, but like I saw them on Venture on Orisa. I'm like, May is so terrible into this comp, and I was like, do I go Echo or Pharah? And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go Pharah because they like it's just Sojourn, and Sojourn's not gonna stop me that much. And I was like, I kind of did nothing, and it was like mostly Airy and Ness who hard carried me. But I think I don't know. My barrage has got value. I killed something every time, so I'm not too mad. But like otherwise, I don't know. Pharah was fine just because of the comp, and when they swapped to Tracer, it felt even better.
Yeah, they just like kind of elected to not contest you all that much. With the Sojourn already isn't that good at contesting a Pharah, and then they go Tracer, which is just like a complete. Let's just let Tanic B play the game.
Yeah.
And I think you did a really nice job of exploiting that for as long as they left that open for you. You took some really aggressive positions and just pumped in some damage.
I know, but like I'm gonna be honest, Harry was just the best player in that lobby today. He just did everything. He was Thanos all series. I think he died once map 1, and like map 2 on our offense, or map 3, I guess Casey only died once on our offense again. That guy's just him. He's the best tank in the league. I don't know how he did it all.
Ramatra was the best character, actually.
His queen,
Ari won the
map 2
Ram
was
ban.
disgusting.
That's
Yeah,
true.
no, his queen map 2 was disgusting.
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted. That queen was disgusting.
That's true.
It was. I really doubted the queen pick, but I mean, it worked out really nicely.
Yeah, cool.
I feel like we already know your answer to El Clasico at this point, then. But I mean, we do still have to ask it. It is actually in the contract. We are required to legally.
When we sign up to cast, it's like you have to like check. Will you be asking it?
Yeah, it's required.
Yeah.
So.
Tana, congratulations on your win. If you were not MVP, who would be and why?
Eri. I think I said it all obviously, but like he was just Himothy all series long. There's no way around it. I don't think there's any other tank in the lead I could have done that. Not Neptune, not any other tank, not Nathan, not Neptune. Only Eri could have won that game. Or like those fights the way he did. I don't know. He's just
That's Thanos. That's
Yeah,
Thanos.
that's
And now
Thanos.
Booney doesn't kill us for not saying the line.
We have said the line.
We have said the line. We have said the line. Oh, and then one more question for you, Tanik, if we can get it. Obviously
Yeah.
you're in the semifinals again. I feel like you're making this place very
yeah.
often. Rome Raccoon Dogs
Yeah.
are the opponent. Give me your first reactions, initial thoughts. Obviously, don't leak too much stuff, but
I
do you
hate
think?
Silvertals. I hate Altair. Those guys are big noobs. They will lose.
one of you and Silvertals can lose in the finals here. How does that feel?
Yep. That feels great. I need to go 0 for 4. That's my dream.
Bro, no, frick. If you go over 4 before I go over 4, I'm gonna crash out. I swear to God. On everything. I
Sorry.
need Silvertals
I have
to
to
lose,
beat you.
and then we're all 0 for 3. That's what I need.
Oh, that would be so funny. Next season, then draft all 3 of us so we can go 0 for 4 as a team.
yes.
demon play.
That's Thanos. That's Thanos. All right.
All right.
You got anything else, Greg?
Nah, I'm good. Thank you so much for joining us, Tanik B.
No problem.
Yippee.
So,
GG's. Thank you guys for the casting.
no
no problem.
problem.
We definitely
Congratulations
didn't
on your
troll.
victory. All right. That was a very fun map number 3, a 3-0 for the Locked In Lemurs as they move into the semifinals against the Rome Raccoon Dogs. Aurora Overwatch will be back on Thursday at 7 p.m. with a match between the Plus Ultra Pangolins and the Shibuya Spectres. So be sure to tune in for that one. But for now, I've been Greg, joined by War on this broadcast. And congratulations to the Locked In Lemurs moving on to the semifinals.
Bye-bye.